Beloved star, warmest welcome to Elven Pod, episode 85. And this week is strong in the energies. We are moving through the heart of the solstice stargate. In the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice, and in the southern hemisphere, the winter solstice. And it brings us into alignment with the light of the great central sun. Just as with the opposite solstice in December, we come into this pure 0 point alignment with the light of the great central sun. And with that, at this point in the cycle, whilst at the December solstice, we're actually called up into the dimension of source, the light of the great central sun, the angelical concordance of worlds itself. We're really called, if you like, from the earth out into the heavens to receive the new cosmic celestial source instructions. Whereas at this point in the cycle, we're not called out, as it were. We're not called outside of what we're already building and creating. We remain within the dimensional continuum of this solar cycle that we're building. But we're actually called, if you like, far within, far, far within the earth and ourselves. And this is the moon in the elven cycles of light, where we synchronize with the repositories of ancient sunlight within the earth, the ancient sun-star temples of the earth through her great cycles of light that are prior to this one. And at this point in the year, every year, we tend to have the opportunity to access these in ways we may never have done so before. However deep and however far our remembering, at this point in the cycle, there is the opportunity to remember more than you've remembered before. And this is because each year our capacity expands. We actually quite literally become able to receive more of the remembrance, to perceive more of it than we were able to before. And whilst that record, that information might have been there before, and indeed was, it's our perceptual capacity. So as our vibration deepens and rises into this new octave of light of the age that is dawning with the progression of our ascension, we regain our capacity to perceive the prior ages of light, of the records of who we are, of what we've created when we've existed in this kind of vibrational bandwave before upon the earth. And as I've just been sharing in Aurora, the most beautiful solstice stargate transmission, if you would love to join and receive the replay for that, it'd be a magical moment to enter within. So as I've been sharing within Aurora, my sense of the value of the records of the prior ages of light, and with this I speak of Lemuria and before Lemuria, because there are elder ages of light that predate Lemuria, that their significance for the age we are entering is not something that forms a crossover point only. It's not just a vibrational remembering that helps us to transit into the age that is dawning. I believe it's much more deeply layered into Elashima and its progressions. And in fact, it's something that's going to expand and expand. We're going to remember more and more as we progress. And it's not a remembering that carries us into the past. This vibrational record of what you've created in the crystalline layers of earth, of Oriel, of Gaia before, is something that belongs to your eternal now moment and is pertinent to your angelic destiny in the now and in your future. That the regaining of these great architectures is really significant to your future timeline, has huge bearing on what you're here to create, what you're here to bring, and guidelines, if you like, energetic structures, architectures for the beautiful life you're here to build, both for yourself, for your loved ones, for humanity, for the earth, and for worlds beyond. So my sense of the value of these ages is that they are intrinsic to our ascension and to Elashima, the age that is dawning. There is wisdom from them. There are ways of being. There are codes and architectures that are intrinsic to this age that is dawning. So as we come to this solstice stargate and this beautiful 0 point alignment with the light of the great central sun, We are called at this point in the cycle, in the Elven remembering, this energy is coming up very strongly at the moment, to hidden golden temples of Lemuria that we may never have experienced before. As much as we may have remembered and traveled, this is a layer of light of Lemuria specifically that is being experienced that we may not have experienced before. And it's the level of our greatest angelic activity, that which belongs to the greatest arc of our angelic mission, if you like, through worlds and dimensions, that seventh dimensional and beyond star creator activity, when you're truly creating as that source presence, creating as love and generating realities that are truly multidimensional, interdimensional, that belong to worlds beyond this one and yet are very much of the earth, so too. So this greatest arc of your angelic activity. And I spoke last week of how we are this moon becoming able, which is the rose moon of the Elven and the Elven cycles of light. This moon, we are becoming able, we are gaining the ability to be connected to vast angelic arcs of energy, causal, celestial, source levels of energy, aware of them, of their creational flows, seventh dimensional and beyond, without losing ourselves, without losing the node, the star of your heart, of your own seventh dimensional star creator presence, of your own angelic heart and presence. And that we get to develop the ability at this point in our ascension to be able to move back and forth really well, to be able to move between the expansion into all that is an unfoldment and also come back to the star node of what you're dreaming within the heart of your existence and the power, the strength of your own angelic activity in the light, really able to stay present, really able to stay focused, really able to stay on your path. No matter how expanded you get, that you remain strong in this, able to come back and really do that thing that is your part of the bigger picture, that is your part of the greatest timeline, able to remain and be focused in that. And this is a strength and a focus that is going to be experienced by the body becoming, feeling safe and grounded in this activity, feeling able to feel at home in this in a way it may never have done until now. That we may have experienced that our expanded levels do feel safe with that greatest angelic activity that we are, but that when we come into the dimensions of our body, soul, consciousness, that this body that has traveled through, that has been forged and expressed through separation, that it can feel really daunted or ungrounded, overwhelmed or even afraid, not sure how or where to locate itself in such a vast creational activity. Now, those parts of the body, those parts of us that have felt that way, that is what is in shift in the heart of this week. That is what is available in the energies, is to invite your body to feel safe, to feel at home, to feel grounded in this vast angelic activity of that which you are, that prayer for the dawn that you are, that is its ground, that it is its home. And the hidden temples of the Lemuria that are opening up right now specifically support this, because far within the earth is encoded in the repositories of ancient sunlight our own records of when we have acted in this way, when we have been embodied at this level of intention, this level of creation. And these are being named by the Elven as the white rose temples of Lemuria. And that is the white rose. You may specifically be of the white rose lineage, but also what they're saying is that the white rose is a transcendent energy that really links up with our own purest angelic activity in the light, what we do at those purest levels of our being. And so it's universal or transcendent, this energy of the white rose temples of Lemuria. And we can go into these, we can go into this level of connection with the earth, because the beam of the great central sun is activating through the central mountain the great central mountain of the great central island of Mu, is traveling through that, and through the great crystal chamber of the mountain is opening up these ancient passageways of light to these temples that have been hidden until now. And that's because our bodies are ready to hold this information. We're ready to become conscious in a much purer, more focused, stronger, more grounded way of what we're really doing here, what our real activity is, what it is we're really creating, bringing into being for the dawn, forging for this great timeline of peace, this great timeline of the full ascension. So this is a consciousness that we're not so much, our body isn't just dissolving away in the place of this awareness. It's more that this awareness is organizing itself, reorganizing itself, and restacking itself into our awareness so that we can sustain this new level of awareness within our body-soul continuum, within our body-soul stream. So you might find it something that is as though installing, phasing in, coming in, but it's an invitation to really stand within and to keep making to your body. Say how I want to invite you, body, dear, dear body, to feel safe in this greatest angelic activity of light that I am, to feel at home, to feel absolutely grounded there, able to hold that. What do you need to be there? And if there's old layers of fear, inner child that just wants to gently feel, be honored, and gently release back to source in that energy, just honoring that process, because the body is moving so fast right now. It may only take a moment, a breath, a moment's stillness, just to let that old frequency level be felt and shift from you as you let the body enter the deeper invitation, which is to feel safe, to feel grounded, to let go of those old fears of just not really knowing what to do, not really knowing how to locate itself in that deeper activity of light. Your body does have that capacity to answer this invitation now, to migrate. It's remembering itself as vast light, creating itself into form throughout this year. And it has the capacity to really start to feel like you wake up in the morning and you don't have to tell yourself it's good or the right thing to do or what you should be doing. It's the home of the body to be in that. It's the home of the body, able to be centered, able to be in that 0 point and that activity of light. So a vast shift we are within as we synchronize with our angelic mission at a whole new level. We just are. We're at a massive turning point. We're in a new chapter, truly. And it's a very, very special time, a very strong time. And it's quite a huge wave to be riding, a huge and powerful wave to be riding. So if at the same time it also stimulates the ego and rattles it around a bit and brings a bit of disorientation, that doesn't necessarily mean that these deeper layers are being interfered with. It's just that for the ego, this is such a deep change that's happening right now that it's too much for it to be able to, it's being changed by that. It can't keep its old moorings. So it's in the process of recoding and receiving this new information. So if it rattles about a bit in the spaces between, just be forgiving. It's absolutely okay. It doesn't mean you're going backwards or falling backwards. Just take a bit of space, keep taking space to invite this synchronization and this alignment within your being and that purer, deeper, more grounded, more focused state for your body. So much love. Enya thora mi en ate. And so it is. I shall see you soon. Farewell for now.